Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, so this is part 2 of that Burj Al Arab story, which I promised you. Okay, in case you're wondering what Burj Al Arab story, you need to watch the previous video before this. Link is put down in the description. Okay, just a summary. This is the comedic. This is the part 2 of the comedic experience of me going to a 5-star hotel for the first time in my life. And those days, you're talking of 26 years ago, the Burj Al Arab was, people used to say, or it was rumored as the only 7-star hotel in the world. So, me, a village boy who, until a few months ago, was working as a shopkeeper, was earning around 500 US dollars a month, who never until that time even ate with a fork and knife, who didn't know how to eat fork and knife. Here is me actually booking a 5-star hotel, okay, to eat 7-star. Burj Al Arab, 27 years ago, that was the only hotel. So I'll tell you what actually happened. All right. And yeah, feel free, comment down below, let me know your thoughts. And I'm sure you're going to laugh or make fun of me, whatever, but this is the reality. It's the reality. I am a symbol village guy who hailed from this, southern part of India, South India, whose parents didn't know how to eat with fork and knife. We're simple hand-eating people here. Okay. So finally, I got the courage. To book the reservation. Okay. Until that time, I didn't. So because the manager had told me, you have to make the reservation by yourself. They'll take your details. I said, okay, fine. Okay. So until that time, I never made a reservation on the phone. So I didn't know how to make the reservation. So what I did is, I was thinking, okay, if I call them up, okay, what do I say? So what I did is, I call first. It goes to an automated voice system. They say, press 1 for this, 2 for that. So when I pressed 1, they give you the list of menu. For reservation, press 1, this one, press 2. So I just called reservation, press 1. So when I called there, some person said, yes, sir, how can I help you? Put the phone down. So I was like, oh, okay, fine. So they'll ask me, yeah, how can I help you and all that. I'll have to prepare. So what I did is, after work, when I went home, I wrote down, okay, they'll ask me, you want to make a reservation? What do I say? Yeah, I want to make a reservation. Okay, I want to come at this time. I mentally prepared whatever questions I could. So I wrote it down. Next day, what I did was, I waited until it was lunch break, when most of the people would go for their lunch. And then once I saw nobody was there, took out my script. Phone was there. Yeah, we had that large phone where you had to press 9 and then whatever number you want. So I pressed 9, pressed Burj Al Arab number, went to the automated voice, and then press 1 for reservation. Finally, someone, spoke. Yes, sir, this is so-and-so, reservation. How can I help you? So I, in my sophisticated English, we Indians, we have this tendency whereby when we want to sound sophisticated, we put on an accent. Me being 20 years old, what I knew, I was like, oh, I'm also high class. I'll put on an, hi, this is Loy Machedo. Oh, this is Loy Machedo. Yes, she was natural. I think she was British or whatever. Yes, how can I help you? So I told her I want to make a reservation. So she said, yes, can I have your name? And so, okay. And she said, sir, table for, like, reservation for how many people? So she says, you'd like a table for The minute she said table for, I was like, what table for? I was totally lost. I was like, uh, I was, you know, seriously, at that time, I thought maybe she's asking me, would I like to sit on a table, near a table? Or would I like to, maybe, maybe there was near the bar or something. I was like, yeah, I told her, yeah, near the table. I want a table, chair, whatever. Something like that. I told her, I want. She said, no, sir, I would like to ask you. Like, she also got confused. So she was like, no, sir, something, pardon me, sir, uh, reservation for how many people? Okay, that's something in those lines. So I said, okay. I just want only for me and table and, alone, whatever. She said, fine. She must have thought, like, what is this guy? Okay. So table for, I understood a new thing. Table for means you have to tell how many people. Okay. And so then she told me, sir, just to confirm, your name is so and so, table for this day, this time. And she also told me, sir, please make sure that you come half an hour before because we will reserve the table only so and so. And that time it suddenly struck me that I wanted to eat near the, this was the sky view kind of hotel where you can watch, you can see the sea. It's like limitless, like, you just see the sea. So I wanted a table where the view was there to see the sea and all that. So I didn't know how to ask her. Then I suddenly remembered that when you go to the airlines, you ask them for a window seat. Okay. So that I remembered because I used to always say I want to sit near the window. Okay. So window seat. So I told her, can I have a window seat? She was silent for a few seconds. So window seat? Yeah, where I can see the sea and everything. Oh, sir, you'd like a view near the ocean and all that? Yeah, I would like that. Window seat. Okay. So she said, sir, we cannot assure you this because we are heavily booked, but I can give you the table. I'll give you the best table. I said, okay, fine, whatever. And then she told me you have to pay, I think, not too sure, because I told you 27 years ago. She said you have to make the payment by credit card. Now, thankfully, because I was working for the bank, we had a free credit card. Others I would have never had. I think she told me 200 or 500 dirhams. I'm not too sure. Dirhams, AED. 200 was to enter, but I don't know whether they charge 500 for the reservation. So, where's my dog barking? So, I think I got a delivery guy. Yes. Yes. Give me a second. I got a delivery guy. 1 minute. The joys of recording. Finally got another unboxing coming up shortly. I hope nobody else comes. Okay, so where was I? They always interrupt the thoughts here. Okay, I spoke to the lady. Eh, the reservation. Okay. The 200, 500 dirhams. Okay, whatever. Okay, so the reservation was made. Done deal. Happy. Finally succeeded. And I don't know whether it was the following day or after that, but whenever it was, I had taken a day off because I wanted to completely focus on being ready for that big day. So I remember right from morning, I was very excited and I made it a point I'll not eat anything because I wanted to. Man, I'm sure they'll give me like a buffet. They'll give me so much of food. So I made sure I didn't eat breakfast, nothing. I would go there and eat like a king. Okay, because I wanted to enjoy it. Okay. So made sure I didn't eat anything some morning. And remember, we are talking of those days where I used to eat like 4, 5 people's food because I was high on testosterone, high on steroids. I had a massive appetite. Okay. And FYI, I used to literally eat one full chicken, full chicken, the rotisserie chicken. I could eat one plus full by myself, plus one extra if I really wanted to push it. So, massive appetite. Okay. So, went to the barber, made sure look fresh, all that. I don't recollect if I wore a suit or didn't wear a suit, but I was completely ready, action like. And unlike today, where today you have Instagram and Facebook and live videos, and we didn't have that. So I regretfully didn't take any camera, didn't take any videos. Okay. I wish I did. Okay. So long-haired guy, young man in his 20s going to Burj Al Arab. Oh, went there. Okay. Finally took the cab. Then the security guys, those big African big guys, yes, sir, told them I have a reservation. They checked the list. Okay. Loy Machedo, please go in. So cab guy paid him an extra tip. Yeah, because big guy. So went there. I saw the doorman. Welcome, sir. Oh, I was very happy. Walked in. I was like, this is VIP coming there. Indian, me. Loy Machedo, 5-star hotel, 7-star hotel. Okay. I think went up the stairs, went up the elevator. Finally, when it opened, there was a lady there, and she said, "I come, sir, this thing." She asked me, "Sir, do you have a reservation?" I said, "Yes, Loy Machedo." And she checked, oh, Loy Machedo was there. So I was like, very happy. I was like, not many people can afford this. Only I can. And finally, she took me, and you walk down the corridor, and finally, when it opened up, there I thought I was the only guy. Turned out to be, it was completely packed. It was, lunchtime. And the so-called window seat, you remember the window seat I asked? It it was actually the Sheikh Al Ghurair. He's the owner of Al Ghurair Group. You can search online. He owns the Al Ghurair group of companies, multi-billionaire. So he had taken that seat, and a long extended table with all Goras, all big guys, white guys, and maybe some VIP delegations. So there were some 20, 30. It was big. So they were there. So they had given me another table. And I'd seen so many people. I thought I was going to be alone, but I was like, okay. But even though there were so many people, it was not noisy. It was like, people were you whispering and all that. And there was a lady playing the harp, long haired. I think she was wearing, can't recollect, black with glitter or black some. She was playing. I was like, oh, okay. So finally, I got the thing. That lady escorted me and made me sit down. Very happy. Sat down there, and almost immediately a server came. To my surprise, turned out to be an Indian guy. I was like, immediately I said, "Hey, you're Indian." Like he introduced his name, oh, you're Indian. The minute I said Indian, everyone turned, and it was because I was loud. So he also got little. So it turned out later on, I found out he was a student, exchange student, where they have students from who are doing 5-star from premium colleges in India. They come here to work for free in exchange or something, and it helps in their career. So he was there. I didn't know all this at that time. I came to know later on. So but he did tell me that he's from India, Mumbai, whatever, Bombay, they used to call it those days. And he told me he is a student and all that. He introduced himself. He was nice, very polite. But he didn't seem to want to give me more details. He wanted to serve me and get on with it because maybe the manager was watching. Okay. So he gave me the menu. He's like, it's a menu, whatever. I said, okay, yeah, thank you. He went, opened the menu. And, in the menu, there is no like photographs like how they have McDonald's and Burger King. There was no photos, nothing. I'm used to opening a menu and seeing photos, like, in my Malbari hotel, which I eat. There were photos. Okay, chicken chukka, chicken parota, and this and that, all photos are there. Here, there's no photo, nothing. Just some nicely embossed, cursive writing. And half this thing was either in French or Italian, like the name of the dishes, I couldn't understand what the hell it was. Thankfully, below that was a kind of translation or explanation of what it is. But there also the language was so high, succulent meat and savory this thing and exotic herbs. And, in marketing, they use these verbose kind of language to make it sound premium. So for my little brain, I was like, what is this? What savory? What succulent? And so I was searching where it says beef or chicken. So I say, okay, this is beef, this is chicken, this is fish. And As I was going through it, checking the menu, he came again and he said, "Sir, compliments of the chef." Compliments of the chef. I was like, "Oh, the chef is already complimenting me." But then I was like, "How is he complimenting me if he didn't see me?" For my simple little head, compliment means telling someone, "You look nice, you're handsome, you're a nice guy." That is compliment. What I didn't know was compliments from the chef or compliments of the chef means you're getting this for free. So he told me compliments from the chef. So I was like, "Yeah, tell him thank you." And then he put something on the table. So I was like, "Oh, not compliment, means this is something complimentary." Complimentary. Okay. So he put, it was wrapped up. I didn't know what it was. He said, "Sir," then he opened it and showed me, and there were, bread, no? Bread, thick bread, which was cut, and different colors and different shapes. So he said, "Sir, these are uh, in-house or something, like freshly baked." He used some term. And there I saw all these amazing colors. In my life, I never said, yeah, I used to eat normal sliced bread, white bread. We call it bread. So when he said, I was like, "Oh, all these nice colors." I was very impressed. And they were like thick. And so I said, "What is all this?" He said, "This is beetroot and this is whole grain." And I was like, "Oh, what all names are there?" I was very happy. And then he put a white bowl with butter. Normally we have this packet butter, no? So he put, I was like very happy. Say compliment of the chef, and he walked away. No, sorry. Compliments of the chef. And then he asked me, "So would you like sparkling or still? Would you like sparkling or still?" Now, I'm very sure you know what is sparkling or still. Today I know what is sparkling and still, and it is water. But for my 20-year-old brain, those days, I didn't know what was sparkling and what was still. So the minute he asked me, "So would you like still or sparkling or still?" I was like, "Yeah, you can give." So he was like taken aback. He was like, maybe he understood. I didn't understand. So he's like, "Sir, I meant, would you like still water, sparkling water or still water?" I, for the life of me, didn't know what was sparkling water and what is still water. I just knew there was something called water, but I didn't know there was kinds of water. So given that I didn't know, I told him, "You bring both the water." So he said, "So you like both?" Yeah, just bring both. And he went. And I was like, "What is this sparkling still?" And I went, then I said, "Let me choose the food." So finally he came and he bought this bottled water, really so big, like Evan, EVIN or whatever. So there was some name. I can't remember what it was. It's a popular brand that they serve in five-star hotels. It was so big. And he opened it and poured it. And I was like, this is water, normal water. Why all these names? Okay. And then there was that sparkling, this thing. And I said, "Yeah, you can pour this also." He said, "Sir, you want this also?" Yeah. So another guy, because I wanted to taste both. So he opened it very professionally, poured it. And there I saw it had bubbles. I was like, "Oh, this is soda water." He said, "No, sir, it's sparkling water. It's not soda water." I was like, "Yeah, it looks like soda." Then I took it. Yes, sir. I think by that time he understood I'm a village idiot. He just smiled. He said, "Yes, sir. It's whatever." Okay. He put both and he walked away. So here I had normal water and he had bubbly water, sparkling water. Tasted the still water. Man, it tasted crap. It tasted like tap water. There was no bloody taste. You have a little salty taste in normal water. This one tasted like bland. I don't know. I just didn't like it. Then the other one I tasted, that was normal. Okay, little soda water, fine. And now I have this bread that is there. So I was like, let me finish ordering. I'll tell this guy. So I, I decided what I'll choose. I called the guy. I said, in soup, which is the best soup? That's how you ask. So there was seafood something. So he said, sir, I would recommend the chef's recommendation, seafood something. So it was some nice bombastic name and all that. And it was costing, I think, $200 or so. $200 for a soup. So I think, I'll take this. Okay. And what about, sir, your main course? The main course I was searching and I wanted the most expensive. I wanted to see what is this. So I think there was something at around $700 or $800. And I still remember the name. It was Duke versus Wellington. Versus, huh? And why do I remember that is because I remember watching the animated Disney cartoon that was Robin Hood. They had all these animals playing in that. It's a very old cartoon. So one of the guys who is disguising as a bear, when he has to introduce himself to the king, who's a lion, he says, who are you? And he says, my name is something, Duke of Chutney. Duke is the English name. Chutney is like, sambar and all that. We Indians eat that dish. So Duke of Chutney. I was like, oh. So this jumped out, a Duke versus Wellington. So I was like, this sounds very sophisticated. And price is also so big, I'll take this. So I was expecting some big, juicy steak, big one coming. Okay. So I told him, I'll order this. Okay. He said, okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Took the menu. And now I'm waiting for the seafood and waiting for this thing. By the way, it had truffles and all that. Okay. I didn't know what was a truffle. So I'm having this bread, I'm having this butter, I'm having a plate over there. And I'm like, okay, how do I eat this bread now? How do I eat this bread? Like I was not sure whether you just grab it like that and eat it. Because there was no curry. In my head, you need something to dip in that, no? Curry or something. So I didn't react. I just tried to look left and right. And I was trying to see who's eating this bread. And there I saw one British guy with his maybe wife or whatever. He had got the same bread basket. He had taken one out and he had put the butter, he had just wiped it and he was eating it. I was like, okay, that's how you do it. So what I did is, and I saw he had, put the handkerchief like this. Okay. So I took the handkerchief. I just tried to see, okay, he put it here. I also put it here. And then I saw that lady, she had a handkerchief on the leg. So I was like, she put a handkerchief on the leg also. I took another one and put it on my leg. What I knew. Okay. Then took the bread. I took that beetroot one because it looked nice. And I, trying to act sophisticated, I just smeared it. And there was no taste. Absolutely no taste. It was not salty, nothing. It was just, I was trying to make a face like I was enjoying. But inside my head, I was like, what bullshit is this here? There's no bloody taste to it. And I was struggling because I liked a little bit of flavor. So somehow struggled to eat the whole thing. Okay. By the time I went to the second bread, this guy started walking towards me. And I could say it. And I was so happy. Oh, goodness, I was so happy. You know why? Because that he had, they hold like this and they have a towel here. And he had like a big plate, big bowl. It was like a big bowl. I was like, bloody hell, for $200, they really feed you properly, man. So I was like, this is going to be worth it. And I was a guy who loved eating food. And remember, I didn't eat anything since morning, so I was dying. I was like waiting. There's going to be, by the way, there was lobster and prawns and crabs and truffle and all that. So I was so excited waiting for it. I was visualizing the juicy lobster and juicy prawns. So he bought it and finally kept it down. And when he kept it down, my head was going like this and finally came down. And when he came down, I put my head inside the plate to see. I was like, my expression from just became, because the minute he put it down, I told you, big bowl. Inside was only so much, like if I put my finger only maybe this much white, thick, like soup. Not even thick, it was slightly watery. Only that. There was no prawn, there was no lobster, there was no crab, there was no fish, there was nothing. There was just some, I think, coriander leaves or some, just a little design. I looked into there, I was like, I took my spoon, the spoon for the soup. You could literally hear the spoon clanging to the bottom. And I was searching, where is the prawn? Where is the lobster? Then I called for him. He had kept it down. He said, yes, sir. Is there any problem? So I said, yeah, this is that soup, no? That lobster, prawn, crab. Yes, sir. So then I told him, but there is no lobster. Like, oh, sir, it's finely granulated or fine. They have grind it finely. Like, means they made it into such small pieces, so fine that you can't see it also. So he said, sir, it's the finest grind or something, a fine granular this thing. So it'll absorb this thing. It's with cream cheese and sour and this and that. So who else has come? Somebody else has come. Okay. So after seeing all that, after hearing all that it's finely granulated and this and that, I'm like, okay, thank you. So he went away, and I was like, $200 I paid for this much. So I looked down, I looked left and right. Everyone's eating. So I slowly sipped. There was nothing. It was just like, if you have a cream of chicken soup, cream of chicken, it's just cream. There was nothing else. And it's, if you buy like a $2-3 packet from the supermarket or $5 packet, at least you get a cup full. This was less than a cup. So when I had it in my mouth, I was trying to figure out where is the lobster, where's the nothing I could find. I think in less than 20 spoons, it got over. So by the time it got over, this guy was paying attention. So he said, sir, did you enjoy? I had to tell him something, no? Yeah. Very nice. It was very fine. Fine. So he said, okay. He took the soup. Okay. And then I was like, okay, spent $200 for this now. Duke versus Wellington, at least that will fill my stomach. Okay. So he asked me permission, can I get the main course? I said, yeah, please. He went. And this time he bought. This time, again, same. But the good thing was, there was this big, like the cover, no? Golden cover. It was golden. Something like that. I was excited. I was like, this is going to be big. This is going to be a full steak with bone and everything. We finally put it down, opened it. And the minute he opened it, there was the beef. Now, I forgot to tell you one thing. I forgot to tell you one small thing before this. This is where I made a complete blunder of it. When he asked me, when I told him Duke versus Wellington, whatever, that time he asked, how would you like your beef? How would you like your meat or whatever? How would I like? I wanted to tell him, like, I want it dead. I don't want it alive. Like, how would you want it? I want it like normal. So I was like, but I couldn't act like that. I was like, I wanted to act sophisticated. I was like, what do you recommend? Again, because I didn't know what to tell him. So he understood. Maybe I didn't understand by that time. So he said, sir, would you like it rare, medium rare? Would you like it well done? Now, well done sounded very nice. Means it was done properly. According to my brain, well done means we done it well. It is well done. Why is my dog barking? There's some lady come here. Okay, she's going. Okay. Well done means the meat is done well. Means a dish is done well. Okay. But then when he said rare, I was thinking, if I order well done, meat is done well. But if I order rare, means it's a very rare meat, very rare. So he's offering me either you'll do it well or you'll give me a rare meat. And I thought to myself, boss, you're paying so much money, might as well take some rare meat. Little did I know that rare meant hardly cooked. Like, it's like you can search if you don't understand what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty sure you do, but I didn't know. It's like you can literally get the red juice. It looks like blood. It's not blood. It's like very soft, hardly cooked. Well done is really well cooked. Like we Indians we like to cook it super well until it's super cooked by 1 hour, 2 hours, like that. Well done is hardly maybe a few minutes. Okay. So rare. So in my head, this is going to be a rare meat. A rare meat came. He opened it. And there I saw the beef. Now, where I thought there was going to be a steak, there was not a steak. There was just, my finger. You can see, finger. So much. So much. Do I have a scale? But I'll show you with where's my iPhone? Okay. You can see my iPhone, right? Okay. It is so much. That means, that camera lens, it's the size top to bottom so much, and it's as thick as my finger. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 pieces or something, 4 or 5 pieces. Let's say 6. And it was kept like this and like this, like balanced. And here, and there's some sauce, some nice design, and some vegetable cut like designer. Big plate. So small. I looked at it, I was like, and he is smiling, I said, enjoy your meal. I smiled. He went. I just looked down, I was like, what the bloody hell is this? So what to do? Paid money, I already ordered, have to pay money. Took my fork, jabbed it in, put it. Now, for those of you who have not tasted rare, you'll not know what I'm saying. But all I can tell you is, if you're used to eating meat that is properly cooked, like super well done, kind of a well done steak, there's a different texture to it. But if you eat rare, it is more like you feel it is not cooked. And especially if you're eating for the first time. I put it in my mouth. I seriously wanted to spit it out. I was like, what the hell is this? It didn't feel nice at all at that time. Today, I can manage because that I was like struggling to gulp it down. So what I did is this little bread, I ate that. So it kind of negated that feeling. Ate it. There was taste. I can't remember what was the taste, but I do remember that I was completely disgusted eating that. And I anyway paid money. What to do? Right. I finished it, I think, in few minutes. And then I was like, is that it? So then by the time the guy, he was paying attention, he comes there. Sir, did you enjoy a meal? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Enjoyed it. And then I seriously asked him, I said, so is there anything else? Means, in my head it was, I paid nearly 1,000 for this dish. Is there anything coming with this or this is it? So thankfully he didn't understand it that way. He said, sir, you like the menu? Then I was like, yeah, get the menu. So he went and got the menu. And then I was like, bloody hell, I'm not going to order anything more. All big words, big sounding lobster, this and that. They are hardly giving powder. Okay. So I checked the dessert. Even desserts were $150, $100. So there was a chocolate mouse. It's called mousse. But for me, it was mouse. I was like, there's a mouse. Chocolate mouse. Okay, I'll take. And I actually told him I want chocolate mouse instead of saying mousse. Okay. And there was something white or fruit or something. I said, give me that. So I said, bring it after sometime. Let me just eat. I said, okay, fine. He went. And there I was thinking to myself, bloody hell, I'm still hungry. I've not, I ate supposedly 2 dishes, is hardly anything. And rightfully so, after some time he came and bought, and I was trying to wonder what to do. Should I order, not order? I was like, should I want to waste more money? Finally, he bought the sweet. The sweet was normal size. That mousse was tasting bloody bitter because it was dark chocolate. The other one was hardly fluffy cake with some fruit, and one gulp, there, finished. And I was still waiting. I was like, thankfully, he didn't come and say anything else. He was giving me space. Finally, I told myself, I paid so much money, might as well, whatever is there, eat. And I was hungry, remember. So I saw all the bread. I was like, anyway, it's complimentary. I'll eat all of it. I took each bread, put the butter, whatever, ate. There was no taste to it. I struggled, but I said with water, I made sure, because I paid money for the water also, no? Made sure I drank the water, because who knows what it would be. By the way, it cost around $50 or $80 or whatever. Okay. Drank both the water, ate all the bread, made sure cleaned the table, because I'm paying a lot of money. Finally, the bill came. Bill came, I think, not too sure. I think 2,000 or 3,000. 2,000. Roughly, I'm not, let's take it at 2,000, ballpark figure. Okay, $2,000. Used my card, paid it. Okay. And then I was like, just sitting down there thinking, looking at the people. Okay. Then I was like, okay, time to go. So I don't think I left any tip for this guy. I got up and he was courteous. Yes, I said, did you enjoy? Yeah, I enjoyed thoroughly. What else to tell him? Went. And as I walked off, I had that feeling like, what the hell did I just spend money on? Okay. I was disappointed. To tell you very frankly, I was disappointed. So came down, saw Burj Al Arab, because once you pay, you can walk around. I was like, ah. Then I went outside. There was a cab waiting. They wait for guests. I took the cab and I asked the guy to drive me to Burj Dubai, where I stay. And instead of going home, I went to my Malbari hotel. Okay, which has to know Malbari or South Indian. So as soon as I went there, he saw me dressed up in nice clothes and perfume. And so he asked, "Oh, handsome, where you came from?" Because normally I don't dress up like that. I really dressed up well. And I was smelling good and all that. I told him I went to Burj Al Arab. Oh, Burj Al Arab, bada aadmi hai. And he was the owner of this thing. So he said, you went to Burj Al, what did you go there for? He asked me. I said, I went there for food. And then he was scratching his head. And, you went there for food? I said, yeah. He said, then why you come here? I said, I'm still hungry. He was like, eh? He, in Hindi, he was asking, you went to eat there and you came here to eat again. I said, yeah, because it didn't fill my stomach. Ah, okay. Then he asked, how much did you pay? He asked me. I didn't want to tell him, but then finally I told him, yeah, I spent $2,000. He said, Ayya. He told me, Aap, like his mouth was open. He looked at me and said, $2,000. I said, yeah. $2,000. Arey, Devare, he was looking up. He said, Deva, some God, whatever. He told me, Baba, he told me in Hindi, he told me, if you had paid me that money, you could eat here 3 months. 3 months, he said, I would give you the best chicken, the best beef, best everything. $2,000, you can eat here 3 months. And if you would eat the normal mess that laborers eat, you could eat 6 months. 7 months almost, or more. He's saying, what you... I told him, yeah, what to do. So then I went, sat down there at my normal place. I ordered chicken fry, chicken sukka, beef, parota, tea, kadak chai, all that. I ate all that and I was enjoying it. And after that, he enjoyed a nice laugh. Full ho gaya? He said, he showed me the bill. Dekho? And it was hardly anything. It was less than, I think $30 or $40. Say 50. Let's see if you had eaten like this. Because I was hungry, man. So I paid him whatever. He was enjoying joking and making fun of me, whatever. So as I walked towards my home, I had to go a small distance. I really thought to myself, why people go to these 5-star hotels? For what? What is all this? This sparkling water, still water. It was only later on, many years later, obviously maybe 10, 15 years, and obviously after YouTube came, where I realized people go to these restaurants not to fill their stomach. People go to these restaurants for the experience, for the flavor, for the rarity of the whole thing. Okay, the experience. They don't go to fill their stomach because their stomachs are already full. Okay. Now, in hindsight, when I look back, do I feel this was a waste of time? No. It was an experience, although embarrassing. And sometimes I wish someone would guide me how to have made this experience go perfect. But then again, that's how we learn, right? Like, remember, the first time I ate fork and knife, I was tick, tick, ting, 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 ting. I was doing that. What I knew that you have to take. Nowadays, there are videos showing you how to eat with a fork and knife. Those days, I would hold the fork like this. Let's say, see, this is a can opener for my soda. I would hold it like this. I would hold it like this. Like this. Like, that's how I used to eat. Like, I didn't know you have to hold like this. I would hold like this. So, anyway, this was my 5-star this thing. But I never forgot. After that, sparkling and still water, I remembered what it is. And I understood. When you go to these 5-star hotels, you go there only for the experience and taste. And make sure you eat food before going there. Because after you go there, you'll just eat for the experience. And you'll be hungry afterwards. And yeah, ever since that day, I never went to a 5-star hotel or any star. But if I did get invited, I would go there. And yes, I knew how to act or behave. So yeah, this was the 5-star experience that I had, Burj Al Arab. But like this, one life. You live your life the way it should. That's how I lived my life. So having said that, now you let me know, what do you think? Did you make any such mistakes and blunders? And yeah, to this date, I've not forgotten that soup, lobster and this and that. The Duke versus Wellington. And yes, well done or rare. And sparkling still, don't forget. And compliments of the chef. That poor Indian guy must be still recollecting. There was one idiot who I served. Yeah. And that was me. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you gone to any 5-star hotel? And if you did, what was your experience? Love to hear your thoughts. This is me signing off. You guys take care.